guys, Scotsman back with Guitar of the Day review here, and it is another guitar from C&G Guitars, purchased off of Reverb, and this one is here, an ST style Strat type guitar. The model is simply ST. The guitar is an ash body. Nice ash grain, as you can see on it. Very high gloss. Back of the guitar for you to look at. Nice high gloss wood grain on the back with your traditional 4-screw neck plate on the back, and your cover for your springs. Very similar to a typical Stratocaster. The wood is quite heavy on this one. It weighs, I weighed close to 9 pounds, 8.5 pounds. So it's a heavy guitar. The back of the neck is a matte finish, so there's no gloss on it. It has a decent girth to it. It's described as being a U-shaped neck. It might be. The radius seems to be a little bit flatter than a Strat. I haven't measured it. I'm assuming it's maybe a 14-inch radius, but it does have some, thickness to the neck. But I would consider it more of a C shape than a U. But again, that's me. The tuners on here are sealed tuners. Guitar is an Asian import, made in China. There's a serial number on the guitar. The tuners are okay. They hold tune. I've had no issues with them. For me, personally, I have no reason to replace these things. They don't really stick, and they're good for my purposes. You can always, if you're a touring musician or you're out gigging on a regular basis, you may want to replace them with some locking tuners or some upgraded tuners. But again, for my needs, they're fine. The headstock is a nice, attractive headstock. C&G logo on the bottom there, sort of. A little contour on the headstock, which you really can't see too much, I don't think, from this angle on the camera. The model name is Thunder, which is the case with their guitars. C&G is an interesting company if you're not familiar with them. They make these all-in-one type guitars where they have speakers built into them. And drum patterns. So you can get drum patterns, some assorted effects, and they model it as an all-in-one guitar. And they're traditionally either a Les Paul, Strat, or maybe some other humbucker style shaped guitar, like a PRS type guitar, with these all-in-one electronics built in. They have 2 models that don't have electronics built in currently. This is one of them, which is their Strat style guitar, and the other one is a Tele, which I have in one of my earlier reviews on my channel, which you can look at. But the guitars themselves are manufactured extremely well. The fretboard on here is not a rosewood fretboard. It's described as being blackwood, so it's some rosewood substitute material. It's extremely smooth. It wasn't dry at all out of the box. No sharp fret ends whatsoever up and down this neck, which was very impressive for a budget Asian guitar. Extremely nicely finished. The string height is about as low as you're going to get without any buzzing out of the box, which again is just the way I would set this thing up. So I've had no issues whatsoever with this in terms of it out of the box playability. The bridge on the guitar is a 6-saddle Strat bridge. It's kind of a little bit different than your traditional Stratocaster. The casing almost looks a little bit like a G&L. It is stable. I've tried it out with the tremolo bar. Obviously if you're whacking it hard, you're going to lose tune, but for the most part, it's pretty good as these style tremolos go without having to block them. The other neat thing about this guitar is that unlike your normal Strat, there are only 2 controls. There's 1 volume and 1 tone. 5-way switch. The switch is very, very solid, by the way. I don't know what the pots are on this thing. I haven't opened this guitar up, so I don't know the size of them. If they're dime nickel pots, I'm not sure. Your traditional input connector, where it normally is on a Strat. Um, yeah, and the pick guard. It's a white pick guard, 3-ply, which again is nice. It's a nice feature on a low end guitar, having a 3-ply pick guard. 22 frets on this guitar. And the other thing of note is that the headstock does not have the truss rod adjustment. It's right here. It's right at the base of the neck. It's a wheel. Very easy to access, works extremely well. I kind of like that feature. The nut on the guitar is, I'm imagining, a plastic nut of some sort. You know, it's some synthetic bone. Again, it's okay. It's cut fine. The strings seem to be aligned right. No slippage. And again, the tuning is fine, so the nut appears to be okay. Again, guys, this is a great guitar. It's $189 right now on Reverb. And from a quality standpoint, this thing is better than your low-end Squier Bullets, better than your low-end Squier Affinities. I'm not going to step out and say it's as good as a classic Vibe, but it's not too far off. And I think with a few modifications, right? I didn't get to another point here before I even go into the mods. The pickups on the guitar, the 3 single coil pickups are Alnico, and I confirmed that with the manufacturer. Again, which are nice at this price point, and they're fine. They are fairly low output, but extremely high, extremely articulate. Nice tone. You get that nice glassy Strat tone, nasally Strat tone out of them. They're very quiet, so they're not noiseless pickups, but depending upon what position you have on the guitar, they are extremely quiet pickups. Again, I have no complaints with the pickups. If you are a touring musician, a gigging musician, you can certainly use this as a great modding platform because the guitar, the ash body, is phenomenal. I don't even see on this thing where there are seams. So it almost looks like one piece of one block of wood, but again, I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's I don't see where the body connects, so it doesn't appear to be multiple pieces of wood. I know on the neck there is, obviously, it's a maple type neck, and obviously a rosewood slab over it or a blackwood type slab over it for the fretboard. But the guitar is solid. It's made extremely well. So from a modding standpoint, if you want, you could certainly put in pickups of your choice. If you want to upgrade the pickups, you might want to upgrade the tuners to locking tuners or a higher end set of tuners. The nut, you definitely want to change the plastic nut and put some sort of a bone nut on the guitar. But outside of that, really, no complaints. I mean, this thing is a really, really good low-end Strat-style guitar. Again, I would equally put it up there with anything from Squier Bullets, with the exception of maybe a classic Vibe. And again, like I said, you're really not that far off. The pickups in the Vibe are going to be better. You're probably going to be getting a better nut on the classic Vibe. The pots may be slightly better. I don't know, but these things are fine. But really, it's a great guitar. It comes with a gig bag, which is a nice thing as well, a nice added feature. It's your basic budget gig bag, but it does have some minimal padding in it. You can use it like you would any low-end gig bag. And what else? And the manufacturer themselves, C&G, if you've never dealt with them, are great. They're very, very responsive. On Reverb, they're a quality company, great reviews, no complaints. You can go on YouTube. In addition to this, you'll see a lot of reviews for the all-in-one guitars, but you probably won't see many for these. That's why I was anxious to do this, and I did the Telly as well. But again, I will put the link at the bottom of the video, the Reverb link, so you can go in and check out the detailed specs on the guitar and where you can order it. And any questions, add them at the bottom of the website, and I'll try as quickly as possible to answer your questions on the guitar. But again, I think it's a great low-end Strat-style guitar. Really recommend it. And until the next review, you guys stay well and be safe. Take care.